This is Buffy. She's 10 years old and hates being bathed. Elon doesn't like being bathed either, but then he's only 4. Put together, Elon and Buffy equal Ifat, who's 14 years old and is studying at high school. Moore is 8 years old and the middle child. Just like in a sandwich, the middle tastes best. The children grow just like children anywhere. Their parents, Dvora and Gadi, just like any other parents, want to raise them the best possible way. But, unlike most other families, they live on a kibbutz. In order to understand how children are raised on a kibbutz, one must first understand what a kibbutz is. A kibbutz is first and foremost a small place, like a village. Everyone knows everyone else. One large family made up of smaller families. Kibbutz is based on the idea of people being equal, of people helping each other. Everyone is a part owner of all the property. No one person owns the land or the means of production. Everyone works, and the income is used to develop the joint economy and to cover everyone's living expenses. The kibbutz takes care of the needs of all its members, including educational, health, and cultural facilities. Kibbutz members enjoy total security that is not determined by the work they do. There are no classes in a kibbutz. Members are organized democratically and live on the kibbutz from choice. Children, however, are born into the kibbutz. They do not choose to be there. The kibbutz community has created for them an educational system which encompasses all its principles. Kibbutz education is based on the relationship between the child and the environment in which he lives. Just like fishing, in education you need a lot of patience to get results. Moshe, the grandfather of Moore, Ifat, and Elon, is one of the kibbutz founders. As a grandfather, he doesn't have to educate his grandchildren, only enjoy them. But just like all grandfathers, he's always got something to say.
40 years ago, everything was different. We were revolutionaries. We built up the country. We wanted to create a new society, to change everything and start from scratch. We watched our children carrying on the kibbutz idea. We educated them communally, in different age groups, in houses of their own. We tried to give every child the same chance to study and to grow. They're good children, but the question is, do they want to change the world the way we did? We considered that the responsibility for educating our children should fall on the kibbutz and not on the individual family. When my wife died, the kibbutz provided my children with the security and the help to overcome the crisis. My daughter, Dvora, grew up to be a member of the kibbutz. Today, she works in the children's houses, passing on the education she received.
There have been many changes since then. But even today, the basic principles of kibbutz education are group living and equality between children. The children's house is where the children spend most of the day. The child learns to be a part of society, to be considerate, and to get along with his friends. Although Elon demonstrates his sense of possessiveness, in the end he'll learn that the toys belong to all the children and that he must share them. The children's houses are situated in the kibbutz, near the homes and workplaces of the members. Even during the day, during a work break, they can visit their children. Late afternoons are devoted to the family. A pleasant time, but not always.
אילון, די לענות אותה. אילון, תפסיק לענות אותה.
גלי צה"ל 5:09. נושא שב לעבודה. יומן הערב בגלי צה"ל.
אילון, מה, אני מדבר על הקיר? תעזוב אותה במנוחה, את הכלבה המסכנה הזאת, בחייך, אני. אילון! מה פתאום אתה... תן לי את האוטו. מה פתאום אתה נוסע על הכלבה? תן לי גם את זה. מה פתאום אתה נוסע עליה? תפסיק לי את
מה קורה?
תפסיק לי את העניינים שלנו.
תן לו לשחק עם ילדה בזה.
תן לה לשחק עם ילדת בית. רגע, מיור בלילה, אני
מה הוא קטן ממך? תעזוב אותו בחיי. מה אתה רוצה ממנו?
מה קרה? מה העניינים?
In some kibbutzim, the children sleep at home with their parents. In our kibbutz and others, they sleep in children's houses. Before bed, the parents wash and dress the children. A social experience for everyone. Much thought has gone into the planning of the children's houses to make them comfortable for the children. Now's the time to say goodbye to the sweets till tomorrow morning, as Elon knows only too well.
לילה? חזרי כאן. כן, לילה? טוב. סילה? ככה. תחזרי כאן.
The children are not left by themselves. The parents take turns in babysitting. Night, the time for surprises. Grandpa, thank you. The dining room is in the children's house, next to the bedrooms and the classrooms. The teachers and the house mothers also eat with the children. The children learn together to serve themselves, to clean up and tidy the house. Every day they work for 1 hour, some in the house and some outside. The children work and look after their animals. This sharpens their sense of responsibility from an early age. classroom is part of the children's house. There are no examinations and no marks. There are only a small number of pupils in each class, and the teachers can give each pupil individual attention. During the lessons, the children are encouraged to study together and to help one another.
מור, בבקשה תסתכל, מהן המדינות מדרום? מור?
It seems that Moore has a problem. Moore's teacher is worried and therefore turns to his mother, Dvora. On a kibbutz, it's natural for the teacher to turn directly to the parents because it's like one big family. Dvora suggests holding a meeting with the education committee which will discuss Moore's problems. People who work in education and other members are elected to the committee and help advise parents. On this occasion, they reach the conclusion that what Moore needs is a special challenge that will require him to do something and look after someone else.
שלום בן, מה העניינים?
שלום סבא, אני צריך צבע.
איזה צבע? שמה לך צבע?
אני אגיד לך אולי אחרי.
תכף אני אראה. נמצא לך משהו. צבע הזה, צבעים יפים, כן? הצבע הזה מוצא חן בעיניך?
For 40 years, Grandfather Moshe has been painting members' houses. When his grandchild needs paint, he knows where he can get it without too much difficulty.
אבל שתשמור, ומה שישראל לך...
Have you ever seen a grandfather who said no?
שלום ילד.
תודה סבא.
The junkyard is a wonderful place to play. You can find all sorts of treasures here. Maybe even a roof for Buffy's kennel. It's even simpler when Dad's working nearby.
מה העניינים מספר?
אבא, אני צריך את הדבר הזה.
מה תעשה איתו?
נראה.
מה זה נראה?
צריך אותו למשהו.
Parents, teachers, work, home, everything's mixed up together. Kibbutz parents are not only involved in their children's lives, but also contribute to education as a whole. Some in the field of sport, some in the field of culture. The small family forms the nucleus of the large family, the kibbutz. Even Yifat, who studies at the regional school away from the kibbutz, loves being with the family. Serves a number of kibbutzim. Hundreds of pupils go there every day. There are also boarding schools where the pupils sleep and live together. Here they meet new friends from neighboring settlements, new acquaintances and new contacts. One of the problems with school is that you have to study, which isn't always the most interesting thing in the world.
After watching the first telecast and
Kibbutz education places great emphasis on general knowledge. Its purpose is to instill in children the capacity for independent thought and to develop their talents as individuals. The children choose different courses of study appropriate to their particular talents. The child who finds theoretical